is Mary Jane, and I would like to talk about Bigfoot and aliens. Hopefully, you don't know my face. When I was, I'm born in Montana, and my mom has a bunch of land, and sometimes I always think about when I was a little kid. I would know that something was looking through the windows, and there was always a corner of that fence that was broken down, but we didn't know it. He didn't bother us, and then I believe it was 1974. My mom kept noticing like a saucer on that hill, and like a flying saucer, and I just noticed one time that they said that they were gonna go up there and because that flying saucer kept going behind the hill, and I just remember I crawled under my bed. I was hiding, and sometimes I wonder if, you know, if I knew those aliens or if they took me or anything, but I'm not saying that. But anyway, they my mom went up there and all her cousins, everything, and had witnesses, but I kept putting this video because, you know, with respect for them. So anyway, my mom, she went up there, and her sister-in-law, they went up there, and it was a big UFO, and they could see windows on it, and they got scared. They came back to the house, and that's why we named a part of our land UFO Hills because of that. So anyway, and then, you know, I wanted to talk about that. I always believe in Bigfoot. You know, like our part of our fence would always be broken down on the corner, and my mom would. She just ignored it. We just moved there. But I always wondered why that part of the fence was broken down. You know, sometimes I wondered like he was looking in at me, but I didn't care. I mean, when you're a teenager, your life is good. You don't pay attention to ghosts. But one time, I was out in the country. It's called Twins Lake. And this is what scared me the most. I was not on my mom's land. I was with my boyfriend then. Excuse me, I gotta take a drink of beer. I was on my mom's land, and oh shit, I gotta rewind it. I mean, I was on my boyfriend's so-called land. Sorry. My mind is so fucked up. That's what I mean. I can't remember here and there because I think of trauma, stuff like that. So I'll begin the story of what I was trying to say. Is that I was with my boyfriend, and it was quiet out there, and yes, I was drinking. But the thing is, I know when I see something. I know when I see something. He has like a messed up place. It's like built with wood, everything like that. And I know it's where his roof is probably 8 feet up, right? And there's like he has those things that cover the roof. Colton, what do you call them? Anyway, they're like, so you know, get rain or anything on the roof. He looks pitiful, you know. So anyway, oh, tarps, sorry, tarps. He had that tarp on that window, and I was sitting there, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was okay. It makes me shake talking about this. But anyway, there was a big, huge being looking through that tarp, that roof, looking in at me. And I told him, I said, get away from me, you know. And I was shaking, my body was shaking. I was going through trauma and all that shit. But I'm way out of Browning. And I was like, leave me alone, leave me alone. But I could see its eyes. It was Bigfoot. He was looking at me. He had me shaking. And I was traumatized. My boyfriend took me in his trailer, and I kept telling him, I seen that Bigfoot. He made fun of me, but I seen it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a lot of stuff going on in Montana, Bigfoots, ghosts, anything you think about. And my next story is that I have a neighbor next door, and well, he was an elder. He passed away. Rest in peace. So my next story is about you know, my friend sold weed before weed was legal, and he'd always buy me a beer. See, he'd always buy me a beer. He's a nice man, and he lost his children. But anyway, one day I left. I was at his home. You know, make sure he made it to the bathroom. He was okay, and we watched football. Let's come over together. Oh my goodness, I knew him since 1983. But anyway, I said, I'll see you later, my friend. I gotta go home because I have to go home, take care of my grandchildren. So I left his house. I walked down that hallway. And every time I walk down the hallway, there's like door wells, like this, like that. And I kept hearing somebody breathing, behind my back. Like, like that. I was like looking back, and I was like, cold, and their elderly home, like bright lights. Then I went and I lost there a while, and it's like my mind clicked like this, like that's a demon. So anyway, and I thought, I prayed to the Lord Jesus and everything, and I said, make me invisible, make me invisible. I don't know, I shouldn't pray like that, but I said, make me invisible. And I knew I was invisible, but maybe I was not. So I ran out that door because it was breathing and I could see nobody, right? And right outside there's like a choke cherry tree. If you're on a reservation, those trees or whatever are blessings. So I ran towards that tree because I knew I was like maybe invisible. I was so shocked what I seen. It was like a black human form bat. He floated out that door and he was looking for me. He was looking all over like this. Well, he had glowing eyes. He was looking for me. Then I seen him go towards the store. And I fucking freaked out, man. That's the first time I ever seen anything scary. And I ran straight to my apartment. I start banging on the door, and I told his boy, says, I just seen more or less a Mothman. I said, but it was a demon. He was waiting for me. And I mean, oh my goodness, I could think, I could talk. I was like shaking. I was like, almost like somebody going convulsions or something. Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you on my voice, on this YouTube video is that there is Mothman out there. There's demons. There's Bigfoot and different stuff. So thank you for listening to me. Alright? I gotta cover my face. Because I got a job or have a job and I can't show my face. Thank you very much. Yeah. Lee? You shut it off? Okay, I hope my son has views on here. Thank you for listening to me.